like clock. I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop.
Guys, I ain't gonna lie. I always try not to do this mail because it's like the day before the chapter does release, but this chapter right here is something completely different. This right here has the potential to be the best chapter of Boruto of all time. This chapter seems to be absolutely insane. Of course, I'm going to be talking about the spoilers for the upcoming Boruto chapter. So if you guys don't want to necessarily hear that, you guys might as well click off the video right now. But regardless, the Boruto chapters or some Boruto panels from the new chapter has finally leaked, and we see Boruto with the Jogan out. Now, it's not just the Jogan. We see Boruto with the Karma Seal plus the horn, plus he's flying, plus he has the aura around him. He just looks absolutely beast. People are actually saying that it looks like Boruto is going Super Saiyan. This right here seems to be an absolute assassin of a ninja right here. This is pretty much something that has been foreshadowed almost 3 whole years ago. And Momoshiki told Boruto, you are no longer a regular ninja. Now it seems like Boruto is going through the transformation of becoming an Otsutsuki member. Now I do want to make this clear, he's not going to become a full-blown Otsutsuki member. I strongly doubt that's how Otsutsuki members are actually made, but what we do have to understand is that Boruto is definitely not going to be a regular ninja from now on. Boruto's Jogan finally pops up in Boruto chapter 43. It has been 42 straight episodes with not a trace of the Boruto Jogan. The last time that we did see it was in chapter 1, and now we can finally get to see it in chapter 43 and see exactly what it does. One of the things that I'm probably going to be reiterating for a very long time is the fact that during this time we're not necessarily going to understand what the Jogan actually does, man, because Boruto, what we all know, is probably going to get a power boost, but he could have possibly gotten that power boost from the second stage of the Karma Seal. I really hope that the Boruto writers are going to actually explain to us what gave Boruto the extreme power boost, or what is helping Boruto with what. For example, we've seen Boruto flying. We don't necessarily think that the Karma Seal gives you the ability to fly. Maybe that's the Jogan. Maybe they say, hey, the Jogan is letting Boruto fly or something like that. Now, it seems the video that I did make yesterday with the unconfirmed spoilers, they seem to have been actually faked. Now, Organic Dinosaur came through with the actual spoilers, or some spoilers, about the next chapter of Boruto, along with the panels that have been released. Of course, Organic Dinosaur didn't necessarily leak the panels, but regardless, she did have some input about the next chapter, and she was kind of taking some shots at the people who released the fake spoilers yesterday. But regardless, let's read through the whole tweet. Organic Dinosaur said people believe some fake spoiler summary that was out before the magazine even got delivered to stores. The way the Japanese was written wasn't even legit. Boruto plus Kawaki are both staring at unconscious Naruto at the end. They're still in the dimension. Scene shifts to Kata. Alright, now this right here seems to be an absolute bombshell. It seems to be that Kawaki is not going to go back with the Kata organization at the end of the whole thing. It seems that Boruto, Kawaki, Sada, and Mitsuki ended up defeating Boro. Now, of course, it's not necessarily going to be a very easy feat. We did see this spoiler image of Boro looking absolutely insane. He looks absolutely disgusting, but this seems to be an ace that Boro had up his sleeve. In the last chapter review, I did talk about how Boro most likely was not going to be dead. Now we see Boruto being pushed to the limit, and it seems like he's going to be successful. Now, the biggest part about this whole thing is the fact that Naruto is going to be unsealed. This right here, though, is a little bit confusing, mainly because Boro said Jigen is the only person that can unseal Naruto. Now, Boro did say that it was possible that they could possibly break the seal or something like that, but he couldn't necessarily guarantee the health of Naruto if they were to actually break it. Now, it seems like they did break it, because 9 times out of 10, Jigen wouldn't necessarily go to that dimension, mainly because he is, as of right now, out of chakra. Like, he's completely exhausted, and we'll get into that later on in the video. But regardless, he's extremely tired, so he didn't necessarily do that. In my opinion, I think that Kawaki and Boruto, they possibly have some of the same abilities as Jigen, some of the same abilities that pretty much made that seal right then and there, so they could have possibly unsealed it. We've seen that before when Jigen opened the portal to go to a different dimension. That's where he fought Naruto and Sasuke, and we've seen Kawaki and Boruto open the portal to go to that exact same place right now. So the Boruto writers are pretty much playing off the notion that Kawaki and Boruto have the same abilities as Jigen, so because of that, they might have been able to unseal Naruto, which would be absolutely huge, mainly because the Hidden Leaf Village would have Naruto and Kawaki in planning versus the Kata organization. Now, not only that, there was also a slight panel that basically said that Kashin, Koji, and Jigen was actually going to be fighting off in the next chapter, and of course, in my last video, I talked about this as well. I said this is most likely going to be a very big possibility that we were going to see this exact same thing in this next chapter, and it seems like I was right about that. It is actually coming through to fruition. I really do think that Kashin Koji is most likely going to pretty pretty much take over this whole thing. I don't necessarily know his overall motives, and I will talk about that later on when the chapter does release, but for right now, it seems like it's going to be heating up in the next chapter. Now, I do want to talk about this just a tad bit in this video, and I'll probably make a separate video talking about this. This seems like the golden age of Boruto. It's starting to come into the golden age of Boruto. The anime as of right now, it's pretty much just warming up. It's not necessarily hot, it's not necessarily fire as of right now. It's just warming up to the manga content. In a couple episodes, we're probably going to get to see Boruto have his karma seal. We're probably going to get to see Boruto meet Kawaki, and then we're probably going to get to see all the other insane battles with Naruto versus a whole lot of Kata insiders, and also Jigen versus Naruto in the anime. Now, in the manga wise, we're starting to see Boruto come into his own. We're starting to see Boruto be that guy and be the leader that we always knew that Boruto could possibly be, and it seems like Boruto might actually be the strongest genin in the manga as of right now. Of course, we didn't necessarily see the chapter yet, so we can't necessarily make all those assumptions, but if we understand that the anime is probably going to be adapting a lot of the manga content, we're going to get to see a lot of the big moments that did happen in the Boruto manga, plus the manga is going to be giving us straight fire as it has been giving us over the past couple of years. I mean, the last 3 chapters prior to chapter 43 was a little bit lackluster. It didn't necessarily give a lot of people that hype that a lot of people were pretty much expecting them because they were only fighting one foe. But I'm telling you guys, the next couple of chapters of the Boruto manga is going to be extremely huge plot-wise and extremely huge entertainment-wise. The Kata organization, as of right now, is pretty much going to be in shambles. Boruto will be holding his karma seal, plus the Jogan. Kawaki is going to be right there. Naruto and Shikamaru inside. They're going to be planning for the upcoming war with the Kata organization. And let's not even forget, possibly other Otsutsuki members are going to probably come for Kashin Koji if he does end up killing Ishiki Otsutsuki. It's just going to be a whole bunch of stuff, and it seems like this is actually coming into the golden age of Boruto. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. It's been your boy Baara B, and make sure you guys stay up for the Boruto chapter that's going to be released in a couple of hours starting tomorrow. But it's been your boy Baara B, and we out.
It's a knife.